It was just when you hit that part where like,
Hey, don't start singing, Kurt.
Wait a minute, I gotta hear this.
oh no, I don't do no singing.
You put that in front of the episode.
If I ever did some singing with my voice, you gotta go. You'll never find. I gotta sing that type of shit. Oh man, yeah, it ain't no Jodeci coming up out of this. I gotta have some liquor in me to get that Jodeci out.
Welcome to the We Got Problems podcast with co-hosts Curtis G. Martin, Rhonda L Brown, and Caliph Johnson Sr., the one and only podcast where solutions get discussed to our community's everyday troubles. Each week, you will hear mind-blowing conversations and actionable tips and strategies that you can implement in your daily life to become more effective. We got problems and we got solutions.
All right, you guys, welcome to the show. This is We Got Problems, the podcast. I am Curtis G. Martin, and I'm here with my co-host, Rhonda L Brown.
Hey, everybody.
My other co-host, Mr. Caliph Johnson Sr.
Peace, how y'all doing?
And we got a special guest, Mr. Stafa, in the building from Black Pillar Global.
How y'all doing?
Hey, Mr. Stafa, I know you're in the trucking industry, and I know Black Pillar Global does a lot more than trucking, but tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, and about your company.
About myself, I've been in trucking for about 10 years. Decided that it was time for me to start owning because I watched the big trucking companies take advantage of the drivers, where they make the lion's share. Driver does all the work and gets peanuts. So myself and a cousin of mine, we decided to start a company where we focus on the driver. So basically, our company, we bring our drivers on as owners and partners, not employees. We help them set up their businesses if they don't have one already, their business bank accounts, and we pay them the lion's share. So usually our drivers make between 60 and 70%, even if they don't own the truck.
Oh, that's cool. That's good.
And our drivers that own the truck make 80%.
Wow, so that's beautiful. Hey, so you say you were in the trucking industry and you got tired of the guys taking care of the little guy. So how do you find these trucks? You said the owner of the trucks. How do you find these trucks for these drivers to drive?
Well, we have various ways we go about finding trucks. We look for them all over the country. We also have an investor program where our investors buy trucks sometimes, and our investors make a nice profit. We're not a greedy company, so we're more focused on our business partners making money, and we take a small fee for operating. So basically, we got it set up where anybody can get into trucking, even if you have no experience.
So do you do the training and stuff there too?
Yes, I retired last year. After retiring for a year, I just went back on the road and started training guys myself. So I'll probably be looking to train a few trainers over the course of the next couple months, so that I won't have to do that anymore, though.
Okay, so some of the ups and downs of business, like what do you find some of the hard parts of running this part of the business?
Fuel costs, crazy right now. As I'm sure everybody know, all across the country, fuel costs are up. If you know where to go, Missouri has pretty decent fuel costs. Some places in Virginia has decent fuel costs. So, I mean, it's loopholes to everything, but you can get fuel surcharges depending on what kind of contracts you get with these fuel companies and their credit cards. But for the most part, that's one of the major things. Repairs, this part of the game. But when you talk about taking losses, the profit is always higher than the losses. So unless you get a limit.
So what are you guys doing as far as, I know you do dispatching as well. So what are you guys doing for the driver? Are y'all like dispatching them, trying to keep them in an area, or still running them hard? How does that work?
Our guys go all across the country, 48 states. Since they are business owners, they kind of control how long they're out. We actually request that they're out at least 2 weeks at a time at the minimum, but If they get a dedicated route where they can be home every week, that's great. It happens from time to time. Sometimes you can get something where you're home every night. It's not common, but it does happen. So it just kind of, depends on the driver's wants and needs. The guy that's out more is obviously going to make way more money, though.
So you said you have some people that own their trucks and some that don't. Do you encourage them to own their trucks or start?
It's a goal of for us, for all of our drivers when they come on. Like I said, to grow. We're not a company that is. We don't like to be stagnant. So when you partner with us, we're all about your growth.
Okay. A lot of people, when they hear trucking, right, they don't know a lot about it. So if a person was new to trucking and they wanted to invest with the company, what do you think would be the best avenues of going about that?
We have a few different platforms. We have a ROI program where they can invest and just get a return on their investment. And then we also have a program where they can get a truck. And if they own the truck, we manage the truck for them and they just collect their money every week. So, and if they want to learn more, that option is always there. I'm always willing to teach.
So when it comes to these drivers, I know you got to have a dependable driver. How do you find your drivers?
We recruit all over the country. We like to have guys that have 2 or more years of experience. I just actually got an opportunity to get guys that are straight out of school, but I won't be doing too much of that. I can't do anything with anybody who doesn't have at least 6 months. And even then I have to train them myself. So if they got a year or more, I'll take them. But
just to touch on something else with that, I know you talked about the experience. So because you were telling me about something one time before, you got drivers in a I guess cold environments, and there's certain things you have to do when the climate change and you can mess the truck up. So is that part of the reason why you don't like dealing with new guys, because of the experience level, knowing the tips and tricks?
Definitely. Anything with repetition, you get used to doing certain things. And I like to, even a guy with experience, I want to go out on the road with him for at least a week, or have a trainer that, will go out on the road with them for at least a week, see their habits. And we send out reminders in the wintertime about adding fuel additives, because in the wintertime, diesel fuel will gel up if you don't add these additives to it once it drops below a certain temperature. And it'll really screw your truck up, and you got to go in. It cost you thousands of dollars to get that fuel melt it. So
have you run into people that are careless? And if so, are they the ones that don't own?
I've been blessed enough to not have any drivers that have caused us any damage. I think that because we do the background checks we do, and our drivers have to have clean MVRs, or we won't even hire them. We've been pretty blessed and fortunate enough to not have any bad issues.
Okay, what's some of the? It's really unique running your own business, being so young, you know what I mean? And especially in the field that you're in. Like, what are some of the cool parts, some of the better things that you've seen being in this business with your company?
It's paid tourism. So you get to see the country. You're getting paid to do it. Most of the time, like I say, when you're your own boss, you kind of work when you want to work. So if you go somewhere nice and you don't want to catch a load till the following day or another day, take some time, go sightseeing, go experience new cultures and get some good food. And it's paid tourism. You'll find out how beautiful this country is when you go on the road trucking. I challenge everybody to, if you got a trucker in your family, ask them to go on the road for a week or 2 and check it out.
Oh, wow. That's interesting, because
some things that you haven't seen out there.
So on the flip side to that, I'm an investor. And you say we want to keep that truck running. Now, how does that happen, or how does that work when I got a driver that's into the tourism? He only working 2-3 days a week. Or you have my truck in another state somewhere.
So our pay is pretty good. If he working 2-3 days a week, we not having that. So I mean, he gonna have to be getting to the money to do the tourism. So,
okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But I guess if you're encouraging people to own their trucks and you help them start their businesses, I can't imagine too many of them wanting to even do the tourism part, you know?
I mean, but see, when I say tourism, okay, so say you got a load, you coming from Cali, right? So your load may go to the East Coast, or you may be coming from the East Coast going to Cali. You never been to Cali. You're on the road for a few days. So once you get to Cali, that shut down. You might shut down for a day. Go see some sights. You know, you got 10 hours before you have to, start your clock back up. So you can do something within that 10 hours, or you may take a day. You know what I mean? But you're not going to lose much money in a day.
Right. Well, I think Curtis was saying, if they like to, take a few days in between. And that's why I said, if you're encouraging them to start their own businesses and own their own trucks, I can't see them wanting to do that. They're going to want to make the money.
Right. Going to definitely want to get to the money. But I mean, you will find the time to do that without, affecting that.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay. So with it being your own, though, you know what I mean? You don't have the safety net. Like, what do you find to be like some of the riskier parts of this? And what would you say the difficulties you've ran into in your experience?
Most difficult issues I've had is, like I said, when you're first getting started, and if you don't have the right, I'd say, financial structure and money management, it can definitely be difficult for you. With us, we kind of make sure that you have at least $5,000 escrow, so that if you have some issues, we can still take care of your driver while your truck's being repaired. We handle repairs up front, so it comes out of the check on the back end, so it doesn't really hurt you too much. We got a pretty good program, so.
And that's kind of cool. So you said it comes out of the back end. What do you mean by the repairs come out of the back end?
Okay, so if your truck goes down, you don't have the money to fix it. We fix it, and then we take it out in increments over your pay, out of your pay.
All right, cool. That's cool. So say I get a $2,000 check that's supposed to be coming in. You guys might take 500 or 1,000, whatever the case may be.
Exactly.
All right, that's kind of cool. So it don't put nobody in a bind, right?
Exactly.
That.
So with the people you help them start their businesses, do you encourage them to like build their credit up and get business credit? So then,
we haven't started that yet.
Okay.
But I would love to. That's a great idea, Rhonda. I'm gonna have to get you some points on the back end for that.
No, definitely that. We can help you with being part of that program of starting their business credit and their credit up. That's good. I like that.
Definitely.
Nice
I'm gonna need a referral on that too, brother Curtis. Because I know
we definitely got that happening.
I'm definitely gonna send them your way.
Hey, that's all good.
Okay, we talk about how much you're into it. Like prior to this, Stafa, like what got you into this? Like what was the point that got you here?
So I've done a little bit of everything. When I say everything, like I knew at a very young age that I didn't want to work for anybody, and I had a problem with authority. So when I say I've done everything, I've been in the corporate world, I've been in the military, I've poured cement, dude. I've sold Avon, I've did child care, I owned a hair salon for 8 years. If I basically wanted to figure out what I wanted to do, so I tried to do any and everything and figure out if it makes money and is legal, I want in. So basically, what I noticed with trucking is it's great for building capital quickly without a college degree. So the bigger companies, like I said, they gouge the little guy. They get you out on the road, you away from your family, and they give you can make anywhere from probably $300 to 2,000 maybe a week. And that 2,000 is a stretch. I mean, most of these guys that are making good money in trucking, working for a major company, 1,250 a week is probably where their max is. Maybe 15 if you got a good company. But our guys are seeing between 3 and 5 grand every week.
Wow.
So
wow, that's a good number. That's a good number for your drivers. I could see why somebody could find this independence. So with that, like, where do you see it going? Like, where do you see the trucking industry going? Because you mentioned fuel efficiencies and how the costs are. We you know how California is being pushed to go electrical and everything. So where do you see the industry going from your perspective?
I mean, I see the automated trucks coming, and it's something that I think we should invest in now. But at the same time, my personal opinion, being on the road, I don't think a computer will be able to make decisions that the driver makes on the road. So I don't think it'll ever be 100% autonomous, especially in the oil field. They're not even those roads. You can't even find them. Like. Yeah. You're not sending a computer out in the oil field.
Trust me, I know.
So it will always be a lane for drivers to get money in this industry.
And what about the those automated trucks shutting down early, right? Like they program like certain weather, right? And then as soon as that weather hit, they shut down.
I don't know a whole lot about them, but I've definitely heard some horror stories. I've heard about them killing people. So, I mean, we know drivers kill people, but I think if I got to choose, I'm going to put a life or death situation in the hands of a driver and not a computer.
So I know I talked to you once before, and you talked about maybe doing dispatch companies. Do you guys do your own dispatching, or are you going to start doing your own dispatching? How that works?
We actually contract our dispatching out. So I have it set up where now mostly all I do is training and payroll. So we have a company that find our loads for us. I have an opportunity to do a little dispatching and train somebody to do some dispatching, and I'm thinking about it. I haven't really decided if I'm gonna do it or not.
So piggyback on that. What type of money do dispatchers make?
It varies company to company. If we hire our dispatchers, we'll more than likely make somewhere between $800 and $1,500 a week, depending on how good they are and how many trucks they have under them.
Okay, cool.
What you mean by trucks under them?
Okay, so if you're dispatching, you dispatch a certain amount of trucks. So say you dispatch 5 trucks or you dispatch 10 trucks, so you might have 20 trucks that you're capable of dispatching. So you have so many trucks assigned to you. You're their number one dispatcher, and then they have a nighttime person that they can call. But if you're the dispatcher, you're their dispatcher. That truck is assigned to you.
Okay.
Okay, so dispatching. What are a few more avenues that you think you could see your business going into right now? Like you said, you have to contract a couple of them out. So as your business grows, because obviously we're looking at growing the business. So what are the next couple of avenues do you plan on taking the business?
So with the trucking side of our business, we definitely have a goal to compete with the big boys in the next year and a half. And I can't say too much, but what I will say is we're working on it. And when we come, we coming.
Oh, that's all right. Can you see a young entrepreneur getting into it and getting in business with you and really making some waves in this thing? Do you think you need some more partnerships, or like how do you think this can really go and blow up to the next level? Take it forward.
All we do is partnerships. Like I don't have any employees. Even my assistant, like when we first got together, like I told her, you're going to have to get an LLC. We're going to set it up as a business partnership, and you're going to run your own business. And if you're not willing to do that, I can't do business with you. I don't believe in employees. Like I said, my goal is to empower the people around me. We can grow together. And if we can't, then I don't need you around me. So.
So we talked about getting in the trucking industry, and you well versed in that, so the people can get with you on the trucking industry. But what else do your company do? Because it's called Global, so Black Pillar Global.
So it's actually Black Pillar Global Holdings. We do, like I told you before, I've been into just about everything. So we're into investing. If it's legal and it make money, we want in.
So when you say investments, what types of investments?
Real estate investments, Airbnb. We got some rental properties across the country. Like I said, if it's legal and it make money, we want in. We're definitely looking to get more into the Turo lane, and as you know, we're trying to do some business with you as well. So,
yeah.
So, if people get into the trucking,
mm-hmm.
do you tell them about like the Airbnb and all other stuff?
So it varies. Like I said, we have an ROI program where we do return on investments. And with those investments, we kind of put it wherever we see fit, and their return comes to them every week. So if they want to learn more, we have that opportunity.
Okay.
So
you know what, Stafa? We real big on family, and you're a part of the fam. You always support us with After Dark and everything we do with We Got Problems. Obviously, you here. So, is it any team members that you're working with that you want to shout out? Do you want to shout out the fam, or let some people know how y'all really been doing it? Like,
most definitely. I can't listen. I would not be here right now if it wasn't for Miss Mimi and Miss Dazzle. That is the foundation of my team. Got to give a shout out to Lisa as well. We got a dope team. Definitely got a dope team.
Dope, phenomenal. That's what I'm talking about, because we only go as far as the people who really support us, you know what I mean? And I got the best team in the world, so you know what I mean? I look at you as,
I don't know, man. I got the best team in the world. Hold on.
And when we all sign for the same team, it's kind of like
most definitely.
You know what I mean? I can't complain. Our teams are kind of intertwined. They kind of work.
They
together.
definitely are.
So I definitely say we always want to give up love to the ones I know kind of make this thing go. I know without the butterfly, things wouldn't go as well as it go. I know without Curtis G, things wouldn't go as well as they go. So everybody play their part. Mimi, Daz, they definitely play an important part. They always still supporting. So I always like to give up love to the people who really deserve it. We know who really be grinding. So.
No, and definitely they come in After Dark and drop some jewels for us too. I've learned so much. Like who known I was supposed to have my name on the blockchain, right? Like got my kid's name, got my name, right? Like, so coming in teaching cryptocurrency, and Mimi giving us tips and tricks on what to do behind the scenes. Like you gotta love it, right? Like, we haven't met Lisa yet, I don't think, but or at least I don't remember. But shout out to Lisa as well, right? Because if she on the team, I know she's doing a great job for you.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
Hey, so is there anything that we haven't talked about that you want to let the people know about that you do, or something about your business, or how they can start their business that you want to share?
Okay, so I got a referral program as well for drivers. If you want to make some extra cash, if you can refer drivers, I prefer they have 2 or more years of experience. I will take them with 1 year experience or more. Clean MVR, Class A CDL. For your referral, you will get between $50 and $200 a week for the lifetime of that driver's contract. So if that driver's with us for a year or 20 years, you will get a check every time they get a check.
Oh, wow. I actually have never heard of a referral program like that.
Nobody has.
Like, hold up.
Oh, yeah. I told you we coming for the big company.
So with the referral program, do I have to have my business as well, or you'll pay that out personally?
we definitely help you set up a LLC, and we partner with our affiliates.
I know that's good. So almost getting everybody to be business owners. That's good.
Oh yeah.
So
there's no limit to the amount of truckers you can have under you. So if you get 10 truckers and they pulling nice weekly payments, you can make an easy $2,000 a week sitting on your butt at home.
And sorry about that. And that's what's really cool. Like people don't realize how your company is set up. Like I saw the vision as soon as you told me about it, right? Like you're taking a small percentage of doing this. Yeah, I do have some risk, but you're managing it for me. And now, even if you work the 9 to 5, you still can have a truck on the road. Now you don't even use that money. Bank that money and get that second truck on the road. And then now you can start spending the money out of one truck and saving out of another one, right? Like There's so many avenues to this game that I want people to understand that once you get you 2-3 trucks, now you can see yourself quitting your job, right? Like I can't stand when you have these entrepreneurs out here that tell people to quit their jobs and walk away from their jobs and you just got to do it, right? Like that shit unfeasible, right? You got to be able to get in a system to where you constantly making money and then now that job is in your way from making money. Right. So, man, I appreciate the love on you sharing that game.
Man, stop. Like, what are in the next 5 years? Like on a long term, and in the next year, what's the long end game you see in the next 5 years? You said you're coming for the big boys. Where do you see the brand in the next 5 years? And in the next year, what do you really have just shooting at?
I'm looking at Black Pillar Global to be a household name. So, you got you know who Lever is, you know who Nabisco is. Like I want y'all to know who Black Pillar Global is. So,
cool. Hey, so I have another question on the truck. So I know you got the trucking going, you got the drivers going. So do you do anything with trailers? How about people that want to buy trailers or somebody have trailers just sitting? What can you do with trailers?
We actually just started looking into buying and renting trailers to people. So I'm gonna get with you on that.
All right, cool. That's cool.
When you say the trailers, because it was a few years ago, people were actually turning them into like the actual trailers into like warehouses for their companies and even homes.
Oh yeah, we got tiny houses. Oh man. We gonna talk. We gonna talk. I'm gonna sit down with y'all with Dazzle so y'all can hear some of this stuff because we don't want to give away too much and have people.
We get it to making money, then we bring you back on the show to get the other people in.
Most definitely.
Right.
Okay. Right. We have part of our show stuff that we do our rapid fire questions. So
oh Lord.
Where you at with yours and some of the jewels that you can probably drop on the people. We normally start off with what's a cryptocurrency that you've been watching or you've invested in and you want to kind of you wouldn't mind divulging a little information.
So to be completely honest with you, since I am like completely oblivious, so Dazzle handles all of that for me.
Wait, she didn't make you learn any of it?
She does, but like I have so much going on that like it'd be like, look, this is a lot. Can I just pay you? Like, I guess. So right, look, I do a 50-50 split and we good.
Do you do any stocks?
I got somebody that does that too.
And that's the name of the game, though. That's what we should strive to get to.
I have my stepdaughter actually runs my stock account. She does really good. She just sends me screenshots every 2 days.
Oh, that's good.
So I just don't touch the money.
So next question. What's a message that you would have for the youth?
There is nothing in this world that you can't do, and don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it.
Oh, cool.
If somebody's living and breathing and doing it, you're living and breathing, you can do it too.
So if you could sit down and have a conversation with anybody, dead or alive, who would that be?
Dead or alive? Warren Buffett.
Why?
Because I feel like that's the direction I'm headed in.
Okay.
Okay. What would your message be to the elders to try to bridge the gap between your generation and the generation that came before you? What would your message be?
That's a good question. I would say listen more, because the generations before us had a more kids would be the seen, not heard. I know y'all know about that.
Mm-hmm.
I think they should have listened more and heard them kids, because they had something to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and still right now today, I think on both sides, right? Like
Definitely.
the kids need to listen more, the adults need to listen more. All right, last question. What's a book you would recommend for any young youth, entrepreneur, old folks? What's the greatest book you've read, or what book you would recommend us reading?
Greatest book I've read. I got a few, but I would say Think and Grow Rich and The Motivation Manifesto.
Okay. I did Think and Grow Rich. I haven't did the Motivational Manifesto, so maybe we'll put that in the we'll put that in rotation for the after dark, maybe, right? Like,
yeah.
Look, that's something we do for the book club. That's dope.
Mm-hmm.
So where can people find you at?
BlackPillarGlobal.com.
That's it? No social media, no nothing?
BlackPillarGlobal.com. And we at Black Pillar Global on IG.
All right, there we go. Hey, so you guys make sure you go follow Stafa at Black Pillar Global on IG. Make sure you go to the website, see what he has to offer. Before we get out of here, Rhonda, do you have anything you want to leave the people?
I want to thank Stafa for coming. And look, y'all go look, their referral program. I'm sitting over here now thinking of truckers that y'all need to go follow and see what all he's got offering.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it, Rhonda. Trash, what you have for my brother?
Man, Stafa, bro, I thank you. I thank you very much for just being a solid king and keeping the community moving in the right direction, being a solid example of what we can do when we really apply ourselves. Retiring at an early age. I don't think you even mentioned that throughout the interview, but you retired at an early age, and that's something that more of our kings need to understand is possible by going these routes. So just leaving the blueprint behind you of your steps that you took to make it, man, I can't thank you enough. Greatly appreciate you, King.
Thanks for having me.
I want to thank you. I want to thank you for coming on too, my brother. But I want to leave with the people. Hey, you guys, this trucking industry has been making millions and billions of dollars for years and years. Stafa has a program like no other. Get in it. Get you some investments, even if it's down to $100, start saving enough to where you can get in, get your own truck, get it on the road, keep your job while he running that truck for you, get your 2 trucks, 3 trucks, 5 trucks, and then now we can quit these damn jobs, right? That's what I have for the people. Hey, Stafa, go ahead and lead the people with something, my brother.
Let's get to it.
No, that's all good. Hey, you guys, this is We Got Problems, the podcast, and we out.
Peace.
From the team at CRC Empire, we want to thank you for listening. To stay connected with us, like, share, and subscribe to the We Got Problems podcast. You can find us on social media platforms at Curtis Martin 247, at Rhonda Wrights Official, and at the_trash_vegan_. We got problems and we got solutions.